Okay, Andy, welcome back to Dubai. It's been a while, 2017, I think, the last time you were here, and you won the tournament that week. What are the memories from that adventure?
Um, yeah, it was a tough week for me actually. In the end, like obviously winning the tournament and stuff was great. But I had like a weird like allergic reaction after the match, and I had to fly to Indian Wells the next day, and like my hands and feet like got really swollen. I woke up like with a terrible rash and stuff after the final. So yeah, strange because I felt totally fine during the match and during the final, and had a great win, but yeah, had a weird reaction afterwards. Don't know what happened.
Bittersweet memories.
Yeah.
Weird quarter-final as well. We were looking at some of your points that you played that week. I don't know whether you remember the match, but I'm sure you do, against Kohlschreiber. 7 match points I think you saved, and one of the most outrageous drop shots on one of those match points. Does that stick in the memory?
Yeah, I mean, I remember that point. I don't remember all of the match points, but that one in particular I saw a few times, and I played a really good point up until the last shot, and I was looking to try and finish the point with my forehand, and he hit an unbelievable like short slice cross court, and I wasn't really in a great position, and I just managed to come up with this sort of inside-out forehand drop shot to save the match point, and managed to turn it around and ended up winning the tournament.
I appreciate you might get asked this a lot to this stage of your career, but do you ever allow yourself to become nostalgic when you come back to these sorts of venues? And I wonder whether that kicks in even when you land at the airport or check into the hotel, or whether it's the first hit on centre court. Does your mind wander back to those big moments?
Yeah, at times it does. I wouldn't say every single week, because some of the events I've been at, a bit over the last few years, but certainly like here, like you said, I've not been here since 2017. It's been a while. So yeah, when I come back after being away for a long time from specific events, I feel that way.
30th anniversary of the tournament this year. I'm sure you've been aware of that. How much does it mean to you when you look back on your career to be part of some of these biggest events on tour?
Yeah, I mean, look, I've been very fortunate to play in all of the biggest events on tour for many years, and this is obviously another one. I've had, played some great matches here, and I've played against, we played Roger here a couple of times. I lost him once in the final. I beat him in the first round 1 year here. It was not an easy draw. Played Novak, and I've played a lot of the best players in the world here in big matches, and it's a great event. They've always looked after us extremely well here, and I'm very fortunate to have had the opportunity to play here many years.
We'll switch tack and concentrate on yourself a little bit more. Obviously, there's been a fair amount of interest in who's been travelling with you the last few weeks at some of the events. Can you just confirm who's with you this week, and whether that might change for Indian Wells and Miami if indeed you make that trip?
Yeah, so obviously, I've not had a long-term coaching setup since like the Paris Masters last year. I've trialed a few coaches, and then last week the coach who was coming with me, Colin Fleming, he tested positive on arrival, so didn't have a coach with me at the tournament last week, and this week I've got Danny Valverdue, who's been helping me out for a few weeks. He's still working with Stan Wawrinka, but Stan's been injured and has only just started practicing again, so it's been great that Danny's been able to come and help me. But yes, he won't be there for Indian Wells and Miami, and I'm still looking for a more permanent solution.
Just lastly, I wanted to get your perspective as one of an elite group on one of the big talking points in the next few days. It's possible for Daniil Medvedev to become new world number one if he wins Acapulco, as one of the 4 guys in recent years who've been able to achieve that and appreciate everything that goes into that. How significant for the sport do you think that moment will be, if indeed it does come in a few days, or when that happens?
I mean, I think anytime there's a new world number one, it's a big story. There hasn't been that many different number ones in the last 15, 20 years. So, I guess everyone's been sort of waiting for the younger generation to start winning more of the major events, and occupy the top spots in the ranking. And I think Daniel over the last couple of years has, if he gets there, he certainly deserves that position. He's been extremely consistent, played very well in most of the majors. And yeah, I mean, obviously, Novak obviously not playing in Australia, for the last couple of months, has helped that as well. But I think, Daniel definitely deserves it. He's a top player, and yeah, it will be an interesting race this week.